Hello friends. Today I'm going to do another mini sound session. So sound healing, sound journey, sound bath, whatever term you would like to call it. Just basically a time out in the day for a little rest and relaxation, a reset, a place to find some space and just to be. So if you'd like to join me, if you feel like you kind of need a break too, I invite you to do that. Again, it's always a good idea to wear earbuds and either lay down or sit and just close your eyes and listen. If you do nothing else except for just get in touch with your breath in the session, then that's a great session, right? It's just finding a break in the day to enjoy just some stillness, right? So we can tap into some other stuff. So I hope everyone is well. And I wanted to address some questions that I got from my last video. So my last video talked about distractions on our path in life and avoiding distractions and how to relabel them and work with them to your advantage, right? The question that I got the most of was, what is the difference between a distraction versus knowing whether or not you are on the right or wrong path? How do you make that determination? And I think that's a great question. So a distraction, when you're on your path and you're moving and grooving and you're moving forward and you're building momentum, what you'll find is these things fall into your path, kind of like hurdles and challenges. They can be challenges, right? If you don't turn them into a lesson of sorts. So they look like chaos, they look like drama, they look like an event or a situation that normally it doesn't really make sense that you have to deal with that now, but all of a sudden someone's created that for you and it's like, oh, why am I dealing with this now? This isn't even a thing. It's something that someone is creating to put barriers in your path. Those are distractions. A lot of times it's people we know, it's people we've worked with, it's like friends, it's family, it's acquaintances. It's people that see your path. They know the path, they see the path, they're following the path, right? And when you get charged up and you're moving and grooving on this path, those are the times you're going to see a pattern of the chaos, of the drama, of the unnecessary events that they throw your way. If you are detoured and you decide that, okay, you know what, this is exhausting, I can't do this anymore, I'm gonna stop on my path, then you'll notice those people, the drama cuts out, the chaos usually cuts out, the unnecessary events usually stop until you get back on track on your path, and then you'll see them occur again. So does that mean that these are not awesome people? Not necessarily. It's like everyone in life, we are connected, we are part of a network. Everyone wants to belong to something, right? They want to be a part of it. So sometimes when people see you moving forward on your path, they feel like they're going to be left behind. And that's not necessarily the case, but people can feel that way. Or it's what Eckhart Tolle likes to call the pain body, where someone is suffering to the extent that their vibration is low. They've got a very low vibration. And it's this negativity of somewhat, right? So how do they feed it? They feed it by trying to create something to feed the low vibration. So they want others around them to also feel that. But it's the vibratory energy that is around them. So when you feed the negative energy, it just gets into this bigger negative energy, right? So that could very well be. So how do we know if it's the path that we're on? And maybe that's not the path for us. How do we know that? There are signs everywhere in this world for us. So we're on the road, right? We're on a road trip. Without a GPS or a map, we probably wouldn't know how to get from state to state. It's the same thing with our life. We're on this road and the universe is directing us with signs every single day and saying, hey, go left, hey, go straight, hey, don't do this, hey, do this. We are so occupied with the mental chatter and all the noise in our head and all the distractions that a lot of times we'll look right at the sign, we'll see it, and we don't even know that we just saw it. And then we're repeating to ourselves, if only I had a sign, if only I knew what to do, right? And the signs are there, but we're so caught up in all the mental noise that we don't even recognize them. It's like if you've ever been like at an event or some kind of function, or even at the grocery store, and you're on a mission and you're focused on this list that you have to do, or you're focused at this event on what the speaker is going to talk about, and you're on a mission. And you might look at someone you know, look right at them, you don't really even see them, you walk past them, and then later they're like, hey, I saw you, yeah, you looked right at me, you didn't say anything. You're like, well, I didn't see you. Yeah, you did, you looked right at me. Well, you may have seen a figure there, but it didn't register because you're in your head. So how do we get out of our head? And what are some of these signs? Some of the signs can be a stranger, right? That you encounter, that tells you a random thing, and you're like, wow, that feels like that's directed right at me. It could be. It could be numbers repeating. It could be an animal of sorts that you really don't recall seeing on a regular basis, and all of a sudden you see this animal everywhere. These animals are really powerful guides in our world. It could be a dream. It could be a series of words that all of a sudden you're seeing pop up. And I'm not talking like an advertisement where a company's spending like all this money to get their motto or their slogan out there. Well, that you're seeing because someone's paying a lot of money for that. But if it's something random, that's not some kind of advertisement, right? How do we know the difference? How do we know? Well, we have to create that space inside. We have to create that space and that stillness so we can gain that clarity and awareness and that connection to the universe that is here to guide us. It is here and it's happening every day. And a lot of us just get caught up in our own head, and everyone does, and it's a practice. And you might be on that path and you may see all of these things, and then all of a sudden life happens and you're back in that like heavy mindset, right? And the brain's racing constantly. So then you lose that practice. So you have to get back on track and start practicing it. So listen, maybe not with your head, but with your other brain, your heart and your gut. Listen with your heart and your gut. Clear the space and listen, connect with the universe, because it will guide you. And if you keep going down the wrong path, you know what? Here's the beautiful thing about it. It's going to throw you off eventually and say, hey, you're not getting the signs. We're just going to take it out of your life for you. And then it's going to put you on the right path. So I hope that answered your question. If you have any more questions, feel free to message me like you did. But thank you. Thank you. I hope that really helped. So now I would like to begin the sound journey, sound healing, sound experience, sound bath, whatever you would like to call it. So you'll know when it's over because you're going to hear the tingshaw sound that I just chimed. Let's get started by first settling into our space, right? Belly expands, chest expands. We breathe in through our nose, breathe in. And release, everything drops. Breathe in. And release. When you're breathing in, envision you're breathing in the space, you're breathing in what you need to go on that road and guide you in this world. It may not be what you want, but it will be what you need. Breathe in. And release. And when you breathe out, you're letting go of anything that you're holding on to, anything that is not in your best interest. So let's breathe in. We're gonna breathe in for 4. We're gonna hold it for 4 because it's so important to practice space, holding space. So we're gonna hold space for 4 counts, and then we're gonna release for 4 counts. So let's breathe in. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And release, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And release, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, and release. Let it all go. Just feel everything get a little lighter, a little looser, right? So go ahead, grab your earbuds if you haven't done so already. I would encourage you to lay down again or sit, but most importantly, just close your eyes. If you want to watch the video, I would do it later, because this is your time. This is your time to take a time out and reset. I will see you in a little bit, my friends. my friends, that concludes our mini sound journey. So take a deep breath and release. Take a deep breath in, feel the expansion, feel the space you just created, and release anything else that you're letting go of. Let it go with the breath. Breathe in, expand, raise your arms above your head and stretch. And release, bring the arms down. Kind of rock from side to side a little bit. Feel the differences in your body. How does your body feel? Are there any new sensations? Do you feel any like openness? Is there any tingling? Does it feel like one area is tighter than the other? Is there no difference? Just kind of take an inventory of what your body is feeling right now. Keep breathing. Put your hand on your heart, your other hand on your belly. Just feel the connection with your breath. And before you get up and decide to jump back into the world, just make sure you move around a little bit. Maybe move your fingers and your toes. Do some more stretching. And make sure you're connected with your breath and that you're fully back before you take off and do your thing. But thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate you being in here with me. I appreciate you sharing time, space, and energy so much, because you know what? We are all in this together. So thank you, and travel light.